Right, here we go. Welcome to week 19, right? This is the first week of the new phase 2, for the training. Looking at increasing the elevation. So the idea basically is, because London is so flat, riding to Portugal, there are going to be hills, so I need to train to be able to deal with hills, right? So at the end of each day, so after I finish work, riding home, specifically looking for hills, right? So there's a good route that I found, right? Going through Clapham to Streatham is pretty good. Honestly, it's a bit dangerous with the cars, right? That there's one specific road where fucking hell, they don't like bikes down there. Then Streatham down to round to Crystal Palace. It's quite a big hill for London, right? And then from Crystal Palace going round into Dulwich, specifically East Dulwich. There's a wicked hill. It's not too much of an elevation, but the gradient, it's pretty sharp, right? So that was actually really quite cool. Like the first few days was really having to convince myself to do this, but then after that, you get to enjoy it, right? Then that's Monday to Thursday, and then Friday is go down to Brighton and come back. It's been a while since I went down to Brighton. I was thinking about this. Last time I went down there was I was doing that route when I was training to ride to Paris, right? So I was using that route as a training program. So yeah, it's been a while, been about a year, 9 months something. There's a lot of hills, right? But there's one in particular, just before you get into, well, not just before, because there's one right before you get into Brighton, but there's, anyway, Ditchling Beacon is a hill, is a proper hill, and I forgot about that one. It turns, right, and you're going around the turn, and I was thinking as I was going around there, I was like, oh, okay, so I do this, I do that little bit, and then I turn and I'm basically there. But then no, you forget that there's more. Fuck. And then and the worst thing was the same thing happened last year as well. I think it was about March time that I went down there, and the wind when you get to the top of that hill, the wind is brutal. It's brutal, I swear to God. Like, getting up to the top and you're thinking, okay, now I can like kind of just slow off the pace a bit. You get to the top and then there's this fucking strong headwind, and you're like, I've still got to keep going. So it's all good fun. And then because it was raining a bit, and I didn't have my wet weather gear on. That was a conscious decision, right? But I stopped in Pret when I got to Brighton, have a coffee, have a sandwich, and then back out. But I swear to God, when I left, there was like a pool of water around where I was sitting. Yeah, there you go. Um, it was really good on the way back though. That wind that was really pissing me off getting there on the way back was actually quite nice. Having a tailwind basically all the way back to London. So yeah, no, it was a good experience. Good experience. Right, let me just show you the numbers. The numbers for this week, right? So this is week one, like I was saying. Um, so target for while I'm working, yeah, 158. Oh no, there we go. Missing a column there. That was the yeah, that was the target. That was the actual distance. Thursday was a little bit shy, but still in the positive, because this is what matters. Yeah, if any of these aren't complete, if they're not, if it's less than zero, then we repeat the whole thing. We go back to week one. So whatever week it is, this rule still applies. Uh, Whatever the week is, if it's less than zero, then we go back to week one and we repeat the whole thing. Okay. So I've changed this to moving time. I think on the last one it said duration. Yeah, I didn't like that. So this is time riding, average speeds, number of jobs. Nothing on Friday because we're going to Brighton, and then I've stuck in the elevation as well. So yeah, first day trying to find my feet, but then yeah, getting good routes, and then fucking Friday. I swear to God. But yeah, so as far as this goes, the training, uh, everything's everything's in the positive. That's complete, and then we can move on to week two, right? So just on a little side note, I've done this little comparison. So we're comparing. That's this week. So this is we done phase two, week one, which is what we just done, and then phase one of week six, which was my ceiling week, right? Because the distance is, I mean, we're 80 kilometers off for the week, but just as a comparison, the elevation. So this is a typical week in London, yeah. And then this was me doing 4 days in London, and then 4 days in London looking for hills, right? Like specifically riding through hills, and then going to Brighton. So I've almost doubled the elevation that I'm used to, that my body's used to. Yeah, riding is one thing. Your body gets used to riding. If it's flat, there's still the initial phase is your body has to adapt, and then it gets used to it. Uh, Once you start adding to it, there's still that time where your body needs to adapt, right? Whatever it is you're adding, your the initial stage, body needs to adapt. So that's what I'm doing at the minute. Um, just out of curiosity, I put this in just to work it out. I mean, at 80 kilometers difference. Um, I mean, I've got my big head's in the way here. I think that was 20.1 average speed, and I've got 19.95. So not too much of a difference between the average speeds, right? But double the elevation. So this is where the cost, the physical cost, starts coming in. Yeah, getting your body used to doing this stuff, right? This is what I'm trying to do at the minute, because I know for a fact the elevation is going to be much higher than this when I go to Lisbon, right? So I'm going to have to. If I'm finding it difficult now, it's going to get worse. Yeah. So I need to trying to plan ahead. Basically, what I'm trying to say. So with that increased elevation, this week, this week, this weekend has been like proper, like focused recovery, right? Like honestly speaking, my legs have been sore all week, and then after on Friday when I got back from Brighton, it was like a new version of pain, something. And even yesterday was my legs have basically been fucked all week, right? Even my tendons, my Achilles, my knees, my hips, everything. So focusing on recovery is extremely important when you're doing this. Yeah. Even I was trying to go out on I was trying to go out on the single. Not trying. I did go out on the single speed yesterday. It's really tough. Really tough to get going. But it was nice to just like spin. You know, the bike weighs nothing, so it's really quite pleasant ride once you're going. That is, yeah. So this is basically what happens when you push your limits, okay? Because this is what I'm doing. There is always a price to pay, physically, mentally as well. Anyway, next week, follow the same blueprint. So looking for hills while I'm out. I've got the route home through Crystal Palace, through Dulwich, and then Friday is down to Brighton and back. Yeah. The only difference is going to be increasing the distance. So last week was at least 158. This week is going to be, I say this week, next week, like as of tomorrow, is going to be 179. So at least 179 kilometres each day, with the increased elevation Monday to Thursday, and then go down to Brighton and back on Friday. It's funny that this distance was my ceiling target in the last phase. Which was like a couple of weeks ago. Fucking hell. Yeah, that's it. Let's fucking go, right? Why not? What else are you gonna do?